Jeff Lewis has revealed that his 5-year-old daughter Monroe was rejected by a private school. On a new episode of his program Jeff Lewis Live, the Flipping Out star candidly discussed the latest hurdle he has encountered in his daughter's education. This comes 2 years after the design expert mocked her posh Montessori preschool on his radio show, resulting in her expulsion. Now I don't know if you heard, but Monroe she was denied admission to one of the I think 4 or 5 schools that we had applied to, he told his co-hosts. The school said, "We know who they are," which Jeff took as clearly meaning they know who I am, meaning me. "They're talking about me," Jeff, who shares his daughter with his ex-gage Edward, added. "They said, we're not interested in Monroe Lewis. We're not interested." He went on, "Now I need to take the high road. I don't want to have any problems with any of the other schools that might be entertaining the option of educating Monroe Lewis. However, I do think that, this has something to do with the Montessori school that Monroe was, abruptly released from." Jeff then shared, "And I have a feeling that could have something to do with it. Like, I think all those schools talk. Or the admissions person could have just Googled Lewis." While discussing the Montessori school, he aired out his theory that maybe that woman who runs it blocked Monroe from being admitted elsewhere. "And here's the thing, when all of this went down, I never mentioned her name and I never mentioned the name of the school. I certainly could have. I could have dragged her pretty badly, but I did not, 'cause I took the higher road," Jeff vamped. "I think if she continues to block Monroe from getting into schools, things could get ugly. Things could get real ugly where I could start naming the school and I could start naming her. But I wouldn't do that 'cause I'm taking the high road," the radio host repeated. His co-hosts began laughingly asking if Jeff was threatening the Montessori school, but he made sure to note, "It's not a threat." Late in 2019, when Monroe was asked to leave the Montessori school, Jeff accepted full responsibility for her misfortune and said, "I am really, really sorry. I feel terrible about what happened. I know how it has affected Monroe. I will never do this again." At the moment, Jeff is facing a storm of controversy for having thrown a super-spreader Christmas party where a third of the attendees got coronavirus. However, he never shared if he was informed of Monroe's rejection before or after the party, and it is unclear if the holiday fete was related to the school's decision. On a new episode of his podcast Jeff Lewis Has Issues, he shared he does not regret the event as it was an epic party. Jeff dished on the episode, "But I'm so glad I spent all that money, which by the way was thousands of dollars, to have a nurse at the party to test us all before we get in. So the third of us got COVID anyway." He defiantly said that people are saying we're reckless and stupid and dumb. "No, we're not. We were all vaccinated, effers, and we had a nurse there testing all of us before we even went in the door, including Santiago the Santa stripper, the bartender, everybody. Everybody was tested."